Yes, Kidsey was, as I said, it was an accidental company. I'm an accidental founder. And really, the way I stumbled upon it was I was visiting one of the warehouses and factories of a clothing company that I had signed an NDA with in order to access. And we were talking about child labor and trafficking within their supply chains and really understanding all the mechanisms of their supply chain and their logistics. And it was during one of those visits to their warehouses that I had seen pallets of product that were on the side of the warehouse, effectively collecting dust. And they had the label destroy marked on some of the pallets.
Hmm.
And so when I inquired what that was, that's where I really learned about the returns crisis in the United States. And I learned about excess inventory and I learned about customer returns and how excess inventory and customer returns oftentimes never goes back on the shelves and doesn't get restocked
Hmm.
at some of the biggest brands and retail companies in the world. I consider myself a relatively well-read, well-educated person,
Hmm.
but and had was familiar with there being a lot of waste, particularly within fashion. And we've all read the headlines of fashion companies burning tens of thousands of product. However, I didn't realize that what was happening within the fashion category was actually also happening across all categories throughout the retail ecosystem. Today, returns is a $1 trillion crisis in the United States on an annual basis. That's the total retail value of all customer returns in the US on a yearly basis. And majority of it actually is destined for landfill. So yes, to your point, that was where I sort of discovered and
Hmm.
uncovered the retail returns crisis was during filming.